to figure out our sipping section or segment.
What are you sipping on?
Today I'm sipping on a mango bubbly. Delish. I have a addiction for things mango flavored. I love mango flavored energy drinks, mango juice, mango
Me too.
bubbly. What are you sipping on, Sarah?
I don't know, what is it?
It's the
You know.
I asked and then I go, she's sipping on the orange tangerine refresher,
Frozen
something? Refresher,
yeah, from Tim's
or Plencher, something like that. From
whatever.
Tim Hortons.
It's very sweet and it's very good.
It was very sweet. I liked mixing it together,
and it's putting life back into my body.
Yeah, it's very summery.
Yes, it is. I got a little bit of a runny nose right now. A little stuffy nose.
It's okay. There's a little bug going around.
Yeah. And I seem to get all of the bugs, apparently. This episode is going to be very fun and interesting. And fun and interesting.
I'm very excited for it.
Me too.
I'm excited to dive deeper into tarot. I've kind of been obsessed with it, even though I would classify my understanding and knowledge of it as a beginner and a novice. So I'm very excited to learn more.
That's okay. Tarot is one of my favorite divination practices, and it's the one that I use the most. And if you follow us on our Tea Tales Talks Instagram, you will see we try to do like a weekly single tarot card for kind of like our mood board of the week. So be sure to follow us for that and to keep up to date with all of our spooky stuff going on and new episodes.
When our episodes come out, we usually post, so
yes,
we get to know everything. And a little like teasers too sometimes.
Like a good teaser. Okay.
Sniffles away.
Okay, ready?
Ready, ghost.
Ready, set, ghost. Welcome to Tea Tales and Talks, where we talk about spooky things, drink some tea, and try not to get too scared. I'm Sarah, I'll be your host.
And I'm Mackenzie, I'll be your co-host.
For these strange and occasionally unsettling tales. In this episode, we're diving into tarot, oracle, and the art of divination. So grab a mystical cup and join us for this journey through the secrets of fortune telling. Okay, so this episode, we are really deep diving into the mystical world of tarot and oracle readings. Kind of their origin and history, their purpose and uses today, and little tips on how to do readings.
Perfect.
I want to say this is kind of like the second episode of our like divination series, because we did a tea and coffee reading episode.
Romancy.
Yes, that's correct. So maybe we're gonna do some more in the future, kind of connected, but exploring different avenues of divination. But today's episode, we're focusing on tarot, which tarot is my personal favorite.
I love it.
Mac loves it. Her mom loves it.
My mom knows and does more than I do. She has her own set, which I'll like snake. Use.
We love it. Okay, this part is gonna be so stupid, and maybe we can cut it out. Okay.
Up to you, my editor queen.
But I'm just gonna do it. Okay. 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 I want to set the scene. This may be my favorite episode so far, so excuse me while I geek out just a little bit. Okay, so picture this. It's like 1920, and you're walking through a bustling town carnival late in the evening. It's early spring, so it's warm, but the wind is cool. You see the mesmerizing light on all the carnival games, and the laughter of the people on the small rides fills your ears. Suddenly, you see a strange tent in the near distance. A sort of beaconing is radiating off of the dark red fabric, drawing you to come closer. When you approach, you see an old faded sign with the word psychic painted on the old wood. You hesitate, but curiosity gets the better of you. You step inside the tent and feel a wave of comfort immediately wash over you. This dimly lit tent has candles and books everywhere, obviously. Lanterns hanging from its top, Persian rugs scattered around the ground, and one table in the center. The table has a deep, dark purple tablecloth with more candles and a singular deck of cards on top. Curiouser, you step towards the table where two young women are sitting opposite an empty chair on the other side of the table. They look at you with warm smiles and gentle eyes. It's us, by the way.
I read that part and try not to like.
You feel compelled to take a seat. What is this, you ask? You came to the right place because we are exactly the ones to tell you. Okay, maybe not exactly the ones to tell you, but we're gonna try our best. Okay, so hopefully that gave you a nice little vibe to start this episode off with. I'm trying to create a mystical atmosphere, okay?
Love it.
Walk with me here. Okay, actually this is kind of fun. If you were a fortune teller or card reader, what would your vibe be like? Like, what would you wear? What would your aesthetic be? Because I have like a picture in my head of what I would be.
I feel like I would be very, I want to say like hippie, but also like Victorian.
Oh, okay. I feel like mine would be like, I love the idea of like, I think that this is like, you're supposed to say Romany people and not say gypsies anymore. Oh. So, but like those ladies with like their shawls and like kind of hippie, but more like spiritual and witchy.
Yeah.
Like I just have like a vision in my mind of that.
Like transient. But
yeah.
Somebody that moves.
Yes, that's exactly it.
And I love the Victorian, like
the big
skirts
yes.
and everything. I feel like I'd have one of those, but then also have like a shawl
as you currently do.
Wow.
Worlds are colliding.
Yeah.
Art imitates life.
Imitates art.
Okay, now all of that aside, we're talking about tarot and oracle and some other divination readings today. So to begin, the art of divination is the practice of seeking knowledge or insight to a situation or energy or specific question by way of metaphysical means. So things like tarot, scrying, automatic writing, pendulum use, runes, and some other culturally specific practices are considered divination. Readers and psychics often use these as ways to see specific energies regarding people and situations in the past and in the future, and in the present.
All of the above.
All of them.
All of them. I'm all of them. Past, present, future.
All of them. It's basically about reading energies. Kind of similar as the tea readings. Yeah. It's more about reading what's going on. And based on the energies, they can kind of do their thing. Mm-hmm. So, another disclaimer for this episode, as per our usual activities. My big disclaimer for this episode is that while I truly believe in divination and psychic practices, nothing is ever set in stone and you always have the ability to change your fate and your journey at will. These things can give you potential scenarios and outcomes based on current energies, but energies are always changing, so keep that in mind. You are the master of your own fate. So I feel like tarot is a fairly mainstream concept and activity nowadays, but for anyone who is not familiar, tarot itself is cards that are used in divination practices to connect with spirit or guides or ancestors or angels or whatever it is the practitioner is connected to in order to receive insight into past, present, and future situations. So, all of them. So the history of tarot began in the mid-15th century in Europe, more specifically in Italy, and originated simply as playing cards. And the images depicted on each card was generally based on medieval festival characters. So they were kind of like character cards that you would use for playing.
I want to know what like characters they are. Is it like Commedia dell'arte? Which is where they like got dressed up with like the comedic masks.
Some of them, yes. So like there was like the Joker thing. I think even like the Death card is like it's like a character. Like they're all based on
tarot.
So it wasn't until the 18th century that tarot was adopted in use for divination practices. Mm-hmm. This kind of use of the cards originated in France. So the original playing cards began in Italy, but then they kind of started using it more for spiritual things in France. So our modern tarot decks, I brought mine, by the way, with all of these images, they're all based on the Venetian tarot. I think the one specific deck was the Visconti tarot. So the images and sequences mostly followed that original deck. There's some variations because now they're kind of
widely produced.
And they're not so much like playing cards now.
Yeah.
Temperance.
Wow.
And like some of the images have been kind of adopted to have more meaning to them, not just character stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. The Rider-Waite tarot deck and the Marseille's deck are some of the oldest that are still in use today. So this one is the Rider-Waite Tarot deck.
Okay.
So it's from like 100 years ago. And they're still using the same images and stuff.
That's cool.
Which I think that's so cool.
I'm intrigued to see which one my mom has. It looks similar to the...
There's so many, like, in different themes, but this one, kind of in mainstream, the Rider-Waite Tarot is, like, the original one.
The card itself can look different, and then it has, like, the image that it's depicting that's, like, similar.
It's, yeah. So their images won't be exactly the same for everything, but I will get into it. I'll explain a little bit more. I'm excited. Okay. So what exactly is tarot and what do tarot card readings entail? Tarot itself is a deck consisting of 78 cards, 56 suits, and 22 major arcana. Okay, I will explain. So the suits cards are split into 4 suits, sort of like normal playing cards, like hearts, clubs, spades, diamonds.
Yep.
Except that these suits are cups, pentacles, or coins, swords, and wands. Each suit has a king, queen, a page, an ace, and then the 2 to 10 cards.
I didn't realize how similar it was to an actual like deck of
like
cards.
Playing cards, yeah. So I will get into this later, but you can actually I think I have a segment where I say it. You can use like normal playing cards to do tarot readings too.
Oh,
which is so cool.
Wow.
I love that. Okay, now each of these suits in tarot has a specific governing trait. So the Cups suit represents water energy and is typically associated with emotions and all relationships. So not just romantic, but like all connections in your life. Pentacles, or coins, are earth energy, and these typically are associated with finances and physical aspects of life. And then we have swords, which are air energy. These are associated with the mind and intellect and communications. And then the wands are fire energy, and these are usually associated with passion in life and application of energy. Kind of like actionable things. All of that being said, each card has its own associated meaning that can change slightly based on the type of reading, as well as the reader themselves, or the person being read for.
Very similar to the tasseomancy yet again.
It is. This is because sometimes certain symbols and images can mean something specific or different for each person, like we explained at length in our tea reading episode. So if you missed that one, you better go back and listen, then come back here and continue.
Just a pause. It's fine. We'll be waiting.
We'll wait. Okay. Welcome back. So these are really just for like a baseline understanding of what tarot is, like the different suits and their different energies. But besides the suits cards, there are 22 major arcana cards. That's crazy. So besides the suits cards in tarot, there are 22 major arcana cards. These cards are often said to be the core of tarot, and they usually symbolize more major themes in life and sort of general lessons.
Yep.
Okay, so there's 22, but I will give just like a really brief...
A name and a brief summary.
Yes. 0 is the Fool, which signifies free spirit, new beginnings, and spontaneity. 1 is the Magician. This card signifies manifestation and inspired action. 2 is the High Priestess. This one is my favorite card. I love this one. And it signifies intuition and inner knowledge. 3 is the Empress, which is related to abundance and nurturing. 4 is the Emperor, which signifies structure and stability. So the Empress and Emperor are kind of like, almost like two sides of the same coin. They go together. Mom and dad.
Yin and yang.
Yin and yang. Then we have the 5 is the Hierophant, which signifies spiritual guidance and learning. 6 is the Lovers, which is for love and partnership and choices. 7 is the Chariot, which connects to willpower and victory and movement in life. 8 is Strength, which is for courage and patience and strength, obviously. 9 is the Hermit, which signifies introspection and soul searching. 10 is the Wheel of Fortune, which connects to destiny and cycles. 11 is Justice, which signifies truth and karma and fairness. 12 is the Hanged Man, which signifies new perspective or surrendering. 13 is Death, which doesn't mean literal actual death in most cases. Usually this signifies transformations, endings, and rebirth. 14 is Temperance, which connects to balance and patience. 15 is the Devil card, which is also not a bad card. It just signifies temptation and materialism. 16 is the Tower, which connects to sudden change, sometimes dramatic, upheaval, but also revelation. 17 is the Star, which connects to hope and inspiration. 18 is the Moon, which signifies illusion, intuition, and subconscious. 19 is the Sun, which signifies success and joy and clarity. Kind of the opposite of the Moon.
Yeah.
The same yin and yang.
Yeah. Balance.
20 is Judgment, which connects to awakening and reckoning and self-reflection. And 21 is the World card, which signifies completion, wholeness, and fulfillment. So it's kind of like the ultimate, like, happy ending card, kind of.
Yeah. Full circle.
Yeah, full circle. This order of cards is meant to represent the Fool's journey, which is basically a symbolic spiritual journey with many lessons and personal growth. So I kind of connect this to like the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So like you have to work from your way, the bottom to the top, but like self-actualization is the top of the pyramid.
And you can't do that without getting the bottom.
Yeah,
and up there.
I think that kind of connects to the World card because it's like wholeness, completion, fulfillment.
The full picture, yeah.
You can't get the World card without going through like the Tower moments, the death moments, the like whatever. Like you have to go through all of these lessons. It's kind of cool actually when you think about it.
I was confused by why you started at 0, but that makes sense.
Because did I say zero is the Fool?
Yeah.
0 is the Fool, so then it's kind of like his journey.
Yeah.
And the Fool represents new beginnings and
his start.
Kind of like a fresh energy. So you could think of yourself as the Fool, and then each card that comes up is like a new lesson that you have to learn, a new like circumstance you have to go through, something you need to...
New step. It's a level.
Very good point. So now that you know what the cards are and have a little better understanding of what they mean and their history, you may be asking, well, what is a tarot card reading then? And how do I do one?
The important questions here.
The real questions. In general, tarot is like any other divination practice, seeking insight into a specific situation or question or energy, and through connection to spirit or spirits, the reader receives answers. In tarot, the way you lay the cards out directly corresponds with the type of reading or the type of question that you're asking. Now, I will say that you can 100% pull for fun or make your own spreads on a whim. These are just some of the most common ideas and types of readings that people will follow. So first we have to talk about types of readings in general. The most famous one, of course, is always going to be love readings.
Yeah.
People want to know, obviously, what's going on in love.
Who doesn't? Come on.
But the most common ones are usually love, career, finances.
Yeah.
Those are more like general readings, but like question-based readings also, like when is this going to happen? Is this going to happen? What does this mean?
It's bringing up your spreads. I googled types of
readings.
And it brought...
Because usually when you do like a specific type of reading...
Oh, okay. Discussing the different for reading. Analytical, therapeutic, psychic, and magical? Is that no?
No, it could, yeah. It very well could be. Usually those, like, the types of readings have a connected spread to them. If that makes sense. So like for a love reading, you would do something different than for a career reading. You could do the same for both, but sometimes it helps to have like a separate, it's like almost like a template of where to put the cards and how, in like what order to read them in too.
Yeah, I've done Celtic Cross. Because that was the instruction that my mom had with hers. So I was like, I can do this. I can read it and follow it.
We can do that.
Easy peasy.
Okay, we have to get into the types of spreads for the different types of readings. And no, we are not talking about PB&Js. We're talking about tarot spreads.
Oh, what a joke, Sarah. Oh my god.
Okay, speaking of spreads, there are spreads in tarot too. So there's many that you can do. But we can start with the simplest spread, which is just a single card pull. This is great if you have one question or just need a simple direct answer or explanation for something.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as detailed as other spreads, so it's good for like a daily pull or a quick reading. This is usually what we do on our Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
When we do our like weekly mood board. I'll do like one tarot pull because
we don't need to do the full
usually we don't need it. It's more for fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's more for like a simple thing. But then we have the 3-card pull. So usually this will represent past, present, and future,
mm-hmm.
where we would either shuffle until cards pop out, or a reader would ask you to like pick 3 cards from a deck. For this reading, we can pull 3 cards and position them left to right, so past, present, future.
Mm-hmm.
This is typically a shorter reading with only 3 cards, but for more information or some clarification, you can definitely pull extra cards from the same deck or from different decks to add to each of the 3 positions.
Oh.
So kind of the way that spreads are set up, it's like, it just tells you in what way to read the cards.
Mm-hmm.
So personally, I like to do 3-card spreads for my like personal readings for myself.
Yeah.
To get an idea of like what's going on in a situation. So usually I'll do one pile or like one section for what's going on, one for what do I not know, and then another one for like what do I need to know. And then I'll start with 3 cards in each position, and then if I need more information, I'll do more cards, or I'll pull from a different deck that I have to kind of get a different understanding. Some other spreads that are a little bit more common as well is the 5-card spread. So this one is usually common for readings related to love and relationships, career and finances, connecting with loved ones, and more major life topics.
Mm-hmm.
And the 5-card spread can give you more insight than just the 3 cards. So it's a little bit better for like more bigger topics.
Yeah, like a broader
major life events.
Decision making.
Yes. Then we have the famous Celtic cross spread.
This is what I know. I don't know how to do it. I need the book to tell me how to do it, but I know it's what I usually do.
Before this, like doing the research for this, I kind of knew, I know what it looks like,
mm-hmm.
but I didn't know
how to read it,
how to position them, how to read it, like which one goes first, because it's like
it's very
specific.
Yes.
This first card here, and you read it, it's like here, and then the next, like, you know, like it's
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so I'm gonna try to explain this the best that I can.
We can include
without visuals. We will include visuals. We have like I try to do pictures on our Instagram when we post about
Is there
our...
a way to connect the photos to the notes? I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't do this. I'm asking out of genuine curiosity.
No, I don't think there is. But when we do videos eventually, maybe hopefully we'll do pictures. Okay, for now you just need to listen to our sound effects in our descriptive reading, okay?
Or really good descriptive words.
Okay, so the Celtic cross spread is a 10-card spread. Mm-hmm. And I've seen a lot of like slight variations to this one, which I also thought was interesting. So there is like a general template,
yeah,
but everybody has like slightly different pattern, or like the placements are the same, but the way that you read them is switched in some areas. But like this is kind of like the most common one that I found, like the most consistent.
Yeah,
that was the word. So for this specific reading, you start with card 1 in the center, right in the middle. And this represents the current situation.
Yep.
Card 2
and this is placed vertically going up and down.
Yes. Card 2 is placed horizontally on top of card 1. And this represents the challenge of the situation. So kind of like what is
going on,
blocking or whatever.
Yeah.
In like a physical, like visual sense. Yeah. Then card 3 is placed below the center 2 cards, and this will indicate the root cause, beliefs, and subconscious impacts of whatever's going on. Card 4 is then placed on the left side of the center pile, and this is your recent past that is actually impacting the situation. And then card 5 is placed above the center 2 cards, and this will tell you your conscious thoughts and goals for this situation. Card 6 is placed on the right side of the center cards. This shows the near future and what could develop. Card 7 is placed on the far right side, a little bit away from the original 6 cards. And card 7 represents the suggested approach to the situation based on all of the other information. Mm-hmm. Then card 8 is placed above, not on top of, but above card 7. So we're kind of like
above on the table.
Yes, making a little row to the right.
A column.
Yes. So card 8 tells you about the external influences impacting the situation. Then card 9 is placed above card 8. This one represents your hope or fear for the situation. It's basically like your perspective. And then card 10 is placed above card 9. So it starting at 7 is on the bottom, and then we're going up to 10. And 10 represents the outcome of the situation based on the current energy. This reading is pretty in-depth. It uses a lot of cards.
Yeah. We went from 1 to 3 to 5
to 10. Yes, it's a big leap. So that one is like the most in-depth. Okay, maybe not the most in-depth one, but it's the most common, detailed for like a reading for like a specific situation. Mm-hmm. So like for a reading like this, you wouldn't just ask one question like, am I going to be with this person? There are hundreds of other spreads for really any question or theme or topic that you want to cover. I've seen spreads associated with like Aphrodite or elemental based spreads, soul reading spreads, like 1,000,001 love spreads, of course. Really anything that you can think of. Pinterest actually has a lot of templates to follow, but try not to play around too much with specifics that you don't know much about. Obviously anything that has to do with like closed practices like voodoo or indigenous practices, even things with like deities and stuff like that, I would caution to stay away from. Because usually the closed practice things, if you're not part of that culture, it's not for you.
It's not yours to try. You can observe from afar, but it's not yours to practice. No. Respect it.
So, one thing I will say about this before we move on is that you can always add cards and take some away. You can do whatever feels right to you and what you feel called to pull. I will also say that the more cards you pull, the more confusing it can get. And it's really easy to spiral once you start getting actual answers for questions that you have. So just be cautious when you do this and always do what feels right to you. Like I've had some times where I'm like, almost like it's like telling you what you want to hear.
Yeah.
Then you get caught up.
It leads you.
Yeah, you get caught up and it's easy to spiral and be like,
it's right.
Yeah, I think some people have this problem with like Ouija boards and stuff like that too.
We're not touching them.
Don't worry, we're not touching them. But it's like
a moral thing for me.
I know.
I refuse.
I got it. But it's the same kind of thing that's like you're getting answers from something, so you want to keep going.
You keep feeding it.
Yes, but then you got to be careful.
Oh.
So, okay, sort of like a branch of tarot cards are oracle cards.
Ola has them.
I have them too, but I didn't bring them because it was too heavy in my bag with all of my stuff. But
we need to get you like a backpack for all the
I know I'm
stuff.
gonna need like a suitcase.
Oh,
now we're thinking.
It's like wheels. We just go.
Yeah, or like a wagon. I don't know. Okay, so oracle cards are not as mainstream as tarot, but they are still commonly used by a lot of readers. Mm-hmm. Also, if you follow any like tarot readers on YouTube, a lot of them will use oracle cards as well. So, some say that oracle readings go as far back as ancient Egypt and Greece, at times when people were trying to connect to and understand the divine or the powers that be. Mm-hmm. They created a way to communicate through the use of symbols. So, this could technically be considered the origin point for oracle. However, actual oracle card readings started around the 19th century, also in France, like the fortune tarot readings, where they took on more of a spiritual, mystical purpose than they were initially created for. So oracle is a little bit less structured than tarot is. There are no suits or major arcana cards.
I'm trying to find a deck so I can look at them, but there's so many different like variations and like lists of what they are.
So though the purpose of these decks are similar, like personal lessons and growth, spiritual journey, and enlightenment. Unlike tarot, the oracle cards follow many, many different themes and philosophies and purposes. So each deck is unique in both the images and symbols, the meanings and numbers. So that means that the meanings and interpretations for each card comes directly from the creator of the deck. So
wow.
Whatever, if you wanted to make one that was about fairies or whatever.
Yep.
I don't know. Mm-hmm. But then you would pick like
the
meaning of each of the cards. There's no like set rules for.
As I am the oracle, the one that
you're the oracle.
Oh, I gotcha.
So there are basically endless possibilities for oracle decks. We should make one. Actually, that would be so fun. A Tea Tales and Talks oracle. Let us know if you guys would want that.
Oh my gosh. That'd be fun.
So I have one that's I think it's like woodland creatures or something like that. Mm-hmm. It's really cute. Anyways. And one that's like general messages from the universe. Mm-hmm. But I've seen like crystal oracles. I've seen even TV show themed oracles. Like there's a Friends version.
Of course there's a Friends version.
Like anything that you can think of. And while tarot has the same 78 cards that follow the same overall template, mm-hmm. oracle can vary in number and image and symbolism. So there's really no standard that oracle cards follow. The very first ever made oracle deck was created by French fortune teller and psychic Madame Lenormand. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This deck was named La Petite Lenormand.
Big word.
or referred to as Lenormand's cards. Her cards are still widely used today in France, in Central Europe, in the Balkans, of course, and in Russia. It's said that they've even spread to Brazil. So they've kind of been traveled about.
Yeah.
So her cards were images with original playing cards, like the hearts and the spades, like mm-hmm. What we know as playing cards, with very small images, kind of similar to tarot. It's like a mixture of like a playing card with like little images too.
Oh, that's cool.
Uh-huh. So oracle cards can be read in the same way as tarot cards. So in different spreads with different reading purposes. But I will say that oracle cards are more useful as guidance or messages from spirit or as extra messages alongside tarot. So kind of like clarification or like one specific thing to focus on. Mm-hmm. So sometimes when I do a reading, I'll do like a bunch of tarot cards, but then I'll be like, what do I need to focus on, or what's like the theme of this, or what's one message that I need to kind of
really absorb.
Exactly. This is just because the messages and meanings for the oracle is typically more of like a major theme in life in general. Mm-hmm. They're not very specific. However, it's of course up to the reader or practitioner on how they'd like to go about doing the reading. This is just a common use of the cards and something I personally like to do as well. Then we have angel cards. Mm. You thought this was just about tarot cards. Oh, we've got more.
She said all the cards.
We got all the cards.
She's laying them all out on the table.
So angel cards are another branch of tarot, I would say, but these are kind of a type of oracle cards that are a little bit more structured than oracle cards. They're almost like, they're closer to oracle cards, but they have more of like an actual template
of what they need to include, yes. How many, all that stuff.
Exactly. So typically an angel card deck consists of 44 cards. And this is usually because originally they're meant to specifically represent all of the angels.
There are 44
I guess. And spiritual messages, more like divine messages. I guess there's 44.
I believe it.
That's what they say.
No, I won't.
I won't disagree.
I'm not gonna say you're wrong. I don't know.
That's just what they told me. I don't know.
Research says.
So not all oracle cards are angel cards, but all angel cards are oracle cards. Does that make sense? Not all frogs are toads, but all toads are frogs.
I don't think that one makes sense. But the first one does, based on what we've defined as an oracle card and an angel card.
So angel cards are often thought to be kind of beginner friendly for card reading, mm-hmm. because they have a little bit more of a structure that they follow, as well as like general divine themes and topics. So you can use, angel cards can also have different themes to them, but typically the theme is about angels. So it's more of like a like divine spiritual thing. So like tarot is kind of spiritual, but like in a different way.
Yeah.
Oracle is spiritual in a different way.
Very different.
More general, but like the angel cards are like more specific to angels, what those specific angels represent, and the lessons and whatever. And there's 44 cards.
They seem very structured to me now.
Yeah. So it's kind of like they're a good starting point because they don't change. So like oracles are different. Every single deck is going to be different. But angel cards, there's always going to be like a consistency between them. You can also use regular, normal, everyday playing cards too. Oh. Which is so cool.
I have quite a few decks of those, and I never would have thought to use them for tarot.
I know, it's cool. So basically, for these, we can apply the same structure and meanings as tarot, just minus the major arcana cards. So like I said, like the suits all represent something specific.
Yep.
So hearts, obviously, represents emotions, relationships, and matters of the heart. Diamonds represent material possessions, finances, career. Spades represents challenges and transformations. And clubs represents intellect, communication, and action. So it's kind of like a reflection of the like zodiac like elements, because it's like water, earth, air, and fire. Which is kind of interesting, the overlap between like just regular playing cards and tarot. It's interesting.
It's cool.
And then each number of the suit kind of aligns with the numerological meaning. So like we have it's ace and then the 2 to 10.
Yeah.
Okay, for each of the suits.
Yeah.
So like whatever the number is, instead of like in tarot, it's not each card has like a specific meaning, but it's more based on numerology. So like twos typically represent partnership. Fours are like for stability. Fives mean change. But it's like more okay. I'm trying to figure out how to explain this in like a way that will make sense. But like tarot is kind of like it takes all of the little pieces and it puts it into together. One and makes like a whole meaning. But like with just playing cards, it's like you're picking like the
one specific thing.
Like the numerology is one part, and so is the suit, like diamonds. So like
you choose which to read.
And it's kind of like
which aspect of the card to read, the number
if you
or
have,
the suit.
Well, you can do both.
Or both.
So that it's like.
Where's the whiteboard? You gotta draw this up for me. Yeah.
I'm making a diagram.
Let me just go grab it.
So like, for example, if I pulled out like a 3 of diamonds for you, and we were doing like a specific reading about career or whatever. So like whatever 3 in numerology represents, I don't really know off the top of my head, but like what the numerological symbolism is paired with what like possessions and material thing are together.
I got you. I hope our listeners get you too.
I hope so too.
They should get you.
Okay. So playing cards are not too common to read nowadays because of tarot being widespread.
Yeah.
Especially because of like YouTube and TikTok and Instagram. Like tarot readings they're kind of on the up. I think I'm seeing a lot more.
Trending.
Yes. It's a trend. But reading these like tarot and oracle is really up to the reader's interpretation.
Yeah.
So we covered tarot and oracle and touched on angel cards and even playing cards. But there are many other divination practices that work in a similar way. So earlier I had said that the art of divination is the practice of seeking knowledge or insight into a certain situation or energy or a specific question by way of metaphysical means. And then I mentioned a bunch of stuff. I'll tell you some of the other divination practices. I'm just sticking to the ones that I know, but please let us know if you know any other ones or if you do any other ones that we aren't going to talk about today. Let's start with pendulum divination.
Not my strong suit. Not my strong suit. But we tried it.
We tried. That's important.
We tried.
So basically, pendulum divination enlists the use of a stone or crystal or metal ornament of some sort on a chain or a string. And the thought, the kind of concept is that the energy will determine where the pendulum swings. We tried this at the witch market or the psychic market that we went to.
I didn't think it worked for me that well. I don't know. I was probably really nervous.
Maybe.
And so that it could have been like...
It could have just been the environment too.
Yeah.
Sometimes you really have to like, ooh, and get into like a zen place.
Zone.
Get into the zone. That's fine. We just got to find the right one for you. So you can do this practice like we tried it at the market, where you just swing. Okay, I need to pause for a second because you can use a pendulum. You can also use a necklace.
Yeah.
That's why I said like a metal ornament or something. Necklaces can work as pendulums too. Mm-hmm. And actually, maybe necklaces will work better
because it's more...
It's connected to you.
Yeah.
You know, like it's part of you.
It's in my heart. Yeah.
So how we were kind of taught how to do it was that you hold the pendulum just over your palm, and then you have to try to get to know what it looks and feels like when the pendulum is telling you yes or no or maybe. Mm-hmm. So for some people, no can be the pendulum moving in a circle, and for other people it could be the pendulum moving in a straight line or a diagonal line or like a squiggle or something.
See, and this is also why it may not have worked when we were at the witch market, because I didn't know how to read it. I didn't know how it was gonna like actually react or whatever.
Could have been. Also, the girl was putting a little bit of pressure on you to find one.
I was so fucking stressed.
And it was a stressful situation.
Oh, lordy lord.
There are also little like mats and sheets and tapestries that you can get that have yes, no, maybe, not ever.
So you could, like,
this,
put it on and it'll
kind of swing to where it's
like a cheat sheet.
Yes, yeah. So it'll tell you wherever the pendulum moves, that's what it means. Mm-hmm. It's a simplified way of doing it.
Yeah.
I've also seen ones that are like magnetic too, that have like like yes, no, maybe, whatever, and then it'll swing, but then there's magnets in each little position, so then it'll like settle on one, and it's not the same one every time. It's kind of cool.
See, and since you I bet a lot of people think that's like rigged or fake because there's magnets in it. So it'd be like, well, obviously it's gonna snap to this one or this one.
But it's not the same every time, so it's kind of interesting.
But it's so cool.
I think that you could take it as, even if it's like of course it's gonna settle in one place. Yeah. But it's the way that you take it.
Maybe it's the question. Maybe that's just always the answer to the questions you're asking.
Maybe. Or I don't know. I have like a weird way of looking at things because I'm like, even if it is like set up or like not real or whatever, it's like about the meaning that you take from it.
Yeah, it's how you look at the situation.
Even with the cards, they're just cards.
There's nothing you can physically do.
But like,
taking away the meaning is up to interpretation.
Yeah, it's whatever you take from it. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of funny. Okay, next is scrying.
I don't think I've ever heard of this.
Really? This one's really interesting. When I was younger, I was not doing it, kind of doing it, but like I was going through a witchy phase, okay?
That's fair.
And I was just exploring things.
You do. I just, maybe I know about it and I just never actually, I didn't know that was the name for it or it had a name.
I will explain it to you. So I think scrying is like the most witchy divination. In my personal opinion. I think it's also kind of like the most stereotypical like witch practice to do. Yeah. So scrying is intently staring into a reflective object until you receive visions or downloads or like an unexplainable knowing. This is where the like gazing into the crystal ball thing comes from. So you can do scrying with crystals, glass, water, mirrors too, and even candles.
That's cool. That's a lot of options. A lot of variety. You can switch it up.
This one is really hard to do though, because you have to be like really patient and like really in the zone to do it. Yeah. And it doesn't work that well for me. But some people are really good at it and they can see a bunch of stuff. I kind of like to do like the candle scrying, because you light a candle and you stare into it for a little bit.
It's a soothing thing to look
It also is, and it's, I think my dad said this, that it's like the color of the like flames helps to change your brain waves to like alpha or something, or I don't know. But it, like, helps to, like, soothe your brainwaves, too. So, even if you're not getting visions, it's helping your brain.
Your brainwaves are getting help, so try it anyways.
Try it out. And then we have runes. So, they're, like, kind of similar to tarot cards in the way where there's, like, symbols and they have specific meanings.
Yes.
But these are usually little plates. I want to say, like, mahjong pieces, like that kind of size. With,
that's
like,
a good way to, like, visualize them.
With, like, engraved symbols. And they use ancient symbols from the runic alphabet.
Oh, they're like little, like, stones.
So, rune divination origins come from Nordic and Germanic cultures. So maybe that's the one that you should try.
Mine. Yeah. Probably. I need to actually... The amethyst ones look really nice.
Cool. Yeah, sometimes they're, like, actually in, like,
they're
stone.
Like stones.
Sometimes they're just in, like,
you know,
these little platelet things. Sometimes wood, too.
I, like, him and Hobbo buying stuff like this, like, for divination off Amazon.
You can get your divination for cheap. What did we say about the cups? Mugs?
Cost efficient's the way to go.
Yeah. Just use a mug that you have.
Yeah.
You can do it on a piece of paper. You can draw symbols on pieces of paper and cut it out.
And switch them up.
Witchy on a budget.
Witchy on a budget. You know, I could go to the river and pick some stones. And
you could draw on them.
That would probably have more, like...
Or paint on them. So this is usually referred to as rune casting. So you can do a couple of things. Picking out the runes from a jar or a bag, or laying them all out, and then you pick which ones kind of correlate together, like which ones are beside each other that make sense in whatever question you're asking or situation you're trying to read.
Yeah.
Or you can just pick one out, kind of like the tarot single card pull. You ask a question and then you go, I think it would work best if you do, like...
Out of the bag
or put them all face down.
Yeah.
And then just pick a symbol. You could do it that way. That's kind of it for the runes. I don't know much about that because it's not very connected to my personal culture.
And I think it also really depends on which origin it's coming from, because obviously, like, the Germanic and the Nordic would have their own. And then there's probably some even more cultures that have a similar... concept. And
we're just touching on, I would say these are more like westernized divination practices. We're not really touching on any African, Middle Eastern, South American, like indigenous. We if that's something that people would like us to talk about, let us know because, like, that kind of stuff is really interesting to us. We just also don't want to be disrespectful to any of those cultures. Like, these aren't really things that we're practicing, so we don't know about them, but...
Yeah, I don't want to share, like,
misinformation.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Properly understand it and then, like, talk about it and be like, I'm an expert.
I'm an expert on
I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert on any of this, but I'm here to learn just as much as the next person.
That's what it's all about. But if you guys want to see that, hear that from us, let us know, and we'll do it.
We can do it. We can talk about anything.
It's your world. We're just living in it. So then, I guess, like, astrology could be considered a divination practice too.
Like your
kind of, you're reading the stars, right?
True.
Like, you're reading planets, your charts. You're reading your chart. I guess it is kind of a divination practice.
And when the stars are moving, you could look at, like, what's kind of going on and how it influences.
And like I said before, it's what you take away from it. Like, the stars are just stars, but when you give them meaning, then they'll mean something.
Yeah.
Right? And then, last but not least, obviously we know about tea and coffee readings. And if you want to know more about that one, go and listen to our tea readings episode.
Alright guys, we hope you enjoyed this episode. It was a nice little break from the spookiness and getting into more of the, like, mystical for a bit. We hope you will join us for our next podcast. As always, until next time, our twitchy witchy friends, stay spooky and don't let your tea get cold.